Warhawk Defense here again. It's a little windy today, a little south wind blowing. It's coming from behind us here, and so we're trying to get down close to the tree line down here on the range, see if we could block a little of the wind. But we want to talk about a gun we have not reviewed before, and that is this. Now don't think it's a Beretta. It is a Beretta, sort of. It was originally Beretta tooling that was inherited by Taurus in Brazil. This is a Taurus 92, and we'll show it's clear. I did have magazine in it with rounds, but I did not have anything chambered. Well, that's a snap cap. We were doing some training on it, so that's just a snap cap, but otherwise it's clear. And we'll pull the trigger, show you. Okay, this is a Taurus 92. Now I'm sure everybody kind of knows the story of this. In Brazil, the Brazilian military had a contract with Beretta way back in the 70s to build Berettas for the military in Brazil. And that contract was done. They packed up and left, and they just sold everything to the Taurus company. Now the Taurus company bought everything: designs, manufacturing, tooling, guys that worked at the factory, everything. They just got it intact. So they continued to make guns, Berettas basically, and they just put Taurus on them. Now back in Italy, Taurus, I guess the Taurus gun started to to get out of Brazil, and I suppose the folks at Beretta realized that, oh, that might not have been a good plan, so they made some changes to the Berettas. They put the safety decocker up here on the slide instead, and they made some changes to the magazines and stuff, and basically tried to make them so they weren't compatible. Now I do have to say that the workmanship on the Tauruses, at least this one that I've had for quite a while, isn't as good as a Beretta. I did carry a Beretta in the military, M9s they were called. I think we first transitioned to them sometime in the mid-late 80s, and so it was a sidearm that I carried in the military. But basically same gun for all intent and purpose, only the Berettas will set you back quite a bit of money, and these Tauruses won't. This one cost me $389, I think, but I've had it for a while. Now, like I said, the workmanship's not quite as good as on the Beretta, but you know, for $300 or $400, it doesn't make much difference to me. But I like it, and it's got your typical, if it's cocked, you can use the decocker. It's ambidextrous. You can go to decock, which makes it a little safer. The first trigger pull, of course, is double action, and then once it's fired, it leaves it in single action, and now you got a single action pull. It works great. It's got the rail on it. Takes down same way. Push the button, turn the handle, take the slide off. Works the same way as the Berettas, and shoots 9mm, same as the Berettas. Sight is drift adjustable in the back. Not a bad gun at all. In fact, one of my sons carried this for a while when he was a armed security guard, and I felt like he was well armed. The magazines are 17 round, and the original, I believe the ones we had, the Berettas we had back in the day in the military, were 15. Probably changed by now. It's been a long time. I've been out for 20 years. But not a bad 17 rounds. That'll take care of just about whatever business you need. Of course, this is a little big for concealed carry. This is more of a duty gun, home defense gun, whatever. But we're going to shoot it today and show you that it, I think, for your money, what you pay for it, shoots as good as a Beretta. And unless you're going to get one from the government for free, of course you're going to have to enlist to do that and put up with a whole lot of stuff that you may not like to be able to shoot a real Beretta. Or you can go buy a real Beretta for $700-800 bucks. These Tauruses are not bad. Now, all Tauruses, you know, I've had a little bit of frustration with some Taurus. We've done a video on some other Tauruses, but people kind of have their opinion about Taurus. All I just say about Taurus is you kind of get what you pay for, and if you're expecting to get a high-end gun, don't buy a Taurus, you know, buy a high-end Beretta or something. But if you just want something to shoot, home protection, put in your glove box, console of your truck, whatever, this isn't a bad way to go. So let's load her up and holster up. We'll shoot on these targets behind us here and see what kind of a shot I am and how well I can shoot this gun. So we'll do that right now. Oh, there's my glasses. Kind of need those to see to shoot, so let's get to it. Racked one in. Here we go. 10 yards. Ten rounds, 10 yards. That accuracy seems to be, and I was actually shooting at the head on purpose here. It wasn't a flyer. You're probably thinking, oh, that was a flyer, but I actually aimed for the head. But look at that. That's as big as my fist, you know? That'd be a good shot. So, is it as accurate as a Beretta? Well, I think it's as accurate as the Berettas I shot in the military. So we'll go out a little further. Let's go out to 15 or 20 yards, see if we do the same thing. Alright, as you can see, got them all on there but one. Whether I was firing far away, firing slow, firing fast, didn't matter too much. I would really recommend this gun to anybody who is looking for a gun for home defense. You know, it's not a concealed carry gun by any means, but having your car, home defense, those kind of things, this is not a bad option here. It's reasonably priced, much cheaper than a Beretta, shoots well, it's inherently easy to point, the sights are up here on the top, they're easy to find, has the features of the expensive guns, has decock, has a safety on it, it's heavy, so there's virtually no recoil in it. It's a big gun, and if you run out of 17 rounds, you can beat people to death with it. But, you know, I would think this one is not bad because it doesn't, you don't have to be an expert shooter to point this one, find those sights and pull the trigger, and it's got a lot of magazine capacity. This is not a bad gun at all for, you know, to start with. And you can get a lot of accessories. It's got a rail, you get a light, whatever, you know. I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but if you want to, you can do it. So I would say the accuracy is as good as any Beretta I ever fired, and the price is a lot nicer, and I think this is a good starter gun. So that's my 2 cents worth. I like it. You know, I just would recommend this as a good place to start for people who want to get into shooting, have a home defense gun, and have some capacity. You know, and you can buy it's 9mm, and you can buy the 9mm personal defense rounds, which are perfectly fine. Will take care of any problem of people coming in your house in the middle of the night. So that's my recommendation. I think it's a good one. Good place to start. Thanks for watching.